Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your monthly reading for January 2026. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. If you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your Celtic cross spread. Then we're going to break it down week by week, pull more cards, talk about more aspects, and then the second spread. Now, Cancer, happy 2026. I hope you brought some champers or apple juice, but cake for sure, and your tool belt, because you're about to get really busy. Okay, we're here the first month of the first half of the once in a lifetime multi-year rebirth. All right, so you're going to be building your bridge toward your legacy. All right, this is Capricorn energy. It's all about effort and hard work and gains. Yeah. And you have the bonus of an exalted Mars in Capricorn, his strongest placement, which will give you unbelievable, almost miraculous drive and discipline. And you haven't seen this in 2 years, right? So you are going to be hyper focused on your future, because we are going to be moving into Aquarius season, which is all about your future goals and your aspirations. So prepare to burn some calories, making a name for yourself. Now, if you saw your 2026 forecast for your sign, which I'll leave at the end of this video, if you didn't, you're welcome. You know that January is brimming with rare aspects, events, and alignments. But I didn't tell you the magnitude of January, did I? No. You have a 4-planet stellium in Capricorn. You have a 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius. You have 4 Cazimis. You have 2 days with 5 aspects each day. You have a once in every 164 year transit. You have a last of its kind new moon. And of course, the biggest thing of all, my birthday, January 28th. So I hope you better have brought cake, okay? Because another thing that you're going to celebrate this month is the fact that there's only one challenging aspect this entire month. I did say it was a rare month, okay? But with that said, look at this. You see, it's all conjunctions. Oh, just wait until we get to the back. Just wait until I hope you're ready for your life to completely change, because that's what's going to happen this month. When I see what's happening for you, oh, we got to talk, Cancer. We got to talk. But these conjunctions, FYI, they are so incredibly potent, formidable aspects, because 4 are actually with Pluto, the planet of power and destruction. And they're all compressed in like a week period. That's a lot, okay? And I always say you create your reality, but here it's truly up to you how to use these energies. And that really would be the theme of January. It starts with Capricorn energy. It ends with Aquarius energy. These signs are co-ruled by Saturn, the planet of life lessons and your long-term goals and responsibilities. And with great power comes great responsibility. But Saturn this month is, thankfully, he's really cool. All right. Yeah, he's the authority. But this month in January, he's more like the PE teacher. Okay. The whistle around his neck. It's just jewelry. It's jewelry. He's not going to blow it. So even though there are really potent aspects, potent is the root of potential, derived from power, and power comes from inner courage, self-belief, for empowerment. And you are going to have heaps of it because you brought your tool belt. And you're not building a city, it's just a bridge, okay? So you're going to be really good, and you're going to hit the ground running, because on Thursday, January 1st, happy 2026. As you know, 2026 is 1 year, right? Welcome to 1-1. So you got new beginnings right off the bat. This is a loaded day. Yeah, not everything this month is on the whiteboard, as you know. So, and we'll go over them. But you see Mercury will move into Capricorn. Before that, you're going to have the Sun and Venus sextile the North Node in Pisces and trine the South Node in Virgo. 10 degrees. Yeah, that's a 1. So right out the gate, you're going to be working with your destiny, your calling, setting up your mission statement for the month. I mean, the sun and the nodes, they're both all about life purpose. You throw in Venus and Capricorn. Can I tell you something? Well, I'm just going to tell you now. All right, Cancer? This is how significant this month is for you. You're in Capricorn season. You have an exalted Mars in Capricorn. You have a stellium in Capricorn, meaning you have 3 or more planets in Capricorn. That is your opposite sign, meaning all this emphasis and focus will be on love and marriage and partnerships and contracts. And it doesn't have to be, it can be like business partners. When I say partners, it can be, personal relationships, your relationship with your private driver, whoever, it doesn't matter. But that's where the emphasis is for you this month, because when we tip over into Aquarius season and have a 5-planet conjunction, which is really strong, that is your 8th house, which is building upon those partnerships and relationships and building wealth. The 8th house is all about money. Yeah? Oh, it's all about money. And so this is a really, really big month, because 8th house is your legacy. It is intimacy. It's inheritance. It's investments. It's what you're investing for the future. And remember, Pluto is in Aquarius. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, and Mars will move into Aquarius. And those 2 planets happen to be Scorpio's ruler. So that brings in your 5th house of true love and romance and family and children and sex. Intimacy is going to be a big thing for you this month, because you've got the 2 houses really lit up. So a lot of you are going to have children and get married. Congratulations. Or propose to. Congratulations. Okay? Now, and you throw in Venus in Capricorn, the planet of love, and your 7th house of love and marriage. Come on. All right? So that's all I'm saying. And when you've got the sun and Venus with the nodes negotiating with, your fate and your destiny, you want to pay attention. It's actually a really good day just to go with the flow, okay? Flow with the go, see where things go, because this is the day that has the challenging aspect, that one challenging aspect, which is Mercury square Neptune. This one is really interesting for you. So it may be something with work, or even like health matters. It is your 6th house. Mercury is still in Sagittarius, where he does not do well at all. Like, he's like, what? And then Neptune creates that fog. So on January 1st, the perfect day to not make commitments, the perfect day to not make New Year's resolutions, because there can be a little bit of illusion and delusion. And I will tell you the best day to make New Year's resolutions, by the way. But the good news is Mercury does move into Capricorn, so that pulls you down to earth, okay? Very grounded energy, all right? So you'll have this until January 20th. And yes, the focus shifts to relationships and love and marriage and business partners and contracts. So, yeah. Do you like that I took that pause right before the big thing for you, which is January 3rd, Saturday, the full moon in your sign, 13 degrees. This is emotionally potent. The moon is your ruler. So, well, there's got to be a lot of emphasis on home and family and loved ones and you. And you're definitely going to feel your nurturing side come out, your intuitive side, your maternal, paternal side. And yes, it's a full moon. There is going to be some illumination here, turning point. Think about what happened for you in your birthday season, and specifically around June 25th, okay? The corresponding new moon in your sign that just so happened to be right at the time of the Jupiter Cazimi in your sign, the luckiest day of 2025. So this is the day, by the way, that you want to make your resolutions, okay? Because this is a great full moon to release, especially anything that's been an emotional anchor. This is all about you. This is your full moon. Use it, okay? Let things illuminate and release, because remember, 2026, out with the old, in with the new. All right. Now, Tuesday, January 6th. Hello. We've come to the very rare triple Kazimis, right? With the Sun, Venus, and Mars, all in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, etc. You've got Venus conjunct the Sun. Okay. So all these planets are going to be traveling together, and the peak intensity, I hope you got your Apple Pen out. Circle it in your calendar. January 9th is where you're going to feel a peak of all of this. So the first Kazemi, Venus Kazemi, which, by the way, that's when the planet is in the heart of the sun. So think about that alignment. That perfection, right? But a Kazemi is when a planet goes through its own death and rebirth. It's a reset. It's a refresh. It's a completely reborn Venus. Love and money, beauty, creativity, the finer things in life, meaning you're going to feel all this in a very structured, disciplined way. You're definitely making rules. But it is a great day to, treat yourself to, right? Do some networking. You're definitely going to feel very magnetic. It's Venus reborn, and Venus is very social. So you're going to have social moments, networking if you're not here for, online dating or whatever, right? You do you, but it's money too. So it could be like contracts that you're talking about. Now, January 7th, like, come on. You got Venus conjunct Mars. You're going to feel this. You know what happens when the two cosmic lovebirds get together in a conjunction, the most powerful aspect where they're merging their energies. Please use this. You have an exalted Mars with a reborn Venus. We didn't even get this aspect last year. Please use this. This is all about your passions. They're going to be off the charts. Off the charts. This is huge. Okay? Remember, this is a big one. This is a big one. So a lot of sensuality, a lot of passion. A perfect day for dating, going on a first date. If you're single, swipe right. By the way, if Venus is what your heart desires, Mars is how you get it. So you do have to take action. But it's almost as if I don't have to tell you that, because Mars is exalted. Like, you're just going to do it anyway. All right. But this is great for you. This shows commitments going a long way. All right. Now, Friday, January 9th, you have the Mars Kazemi. So you have the Sun conjunct Mars. This is a boombox of an aspect. Now you got an exalted Mars being reborn, refueled, getting 1,000% of his power from the sun, completely refreshed. This is a rush that you're going to feel. It's high frequency willpower. Okay. This is you taking action, anything that you want. And again, the big focus for you here is going to be creative projects, creativity. It's going to be relationships. It's going to be love. It's going to be sex and having babies. Congratulations. This is big. This is a big moment for you. And recreation too. You may start something like a company, but with someone else involved. Yeah, this is your big moment. It's also kind of like an initiation for Mars. It's a 2-year cycle. And so I want you to consider these conjunctions like the planting of seeds. This is going to be a 2-year storyline, sort of like the, Jupiter Kazemi we had in your sign. It was actually a triple conjunction. It was with a fixed star Sirius. Okay. That was setting you up for this long storyline. So what makes this Mars conjunct the sun really just applesauce is that this is just the day of the perfection. This is when it's like exact. This is where it's really potent. But they're going to be conjuncting. I told you they're traveling together. So they're going to be conjuncting all the way to January 18th up until the new moon. One of the best for you, right? So that's why this is such a powerful month. So channel this energy creatively, constructively, because Mars can, he's got his hard edges. He has physicality. Use this the way that you need to. But he can be very competitive, though, okay? So just letting you know. Now, January 9th, the same day, but, up and like through the weekend, to the 11th. We're going to talk about this more in your weekly forecast. You're going to have the Sun, Venus, and Mars opposite Jupiter in your sign. And so even though they're oppositions, it's Jupiter. So remember, Jupiter always squeezes something good out of aspects. So sure, there may feel like a little bit of a tug of war. It's not like you're going to be able, there's payoff here. Okay. If there's any of the planets are going to feel the most, it's Mars, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Jupiter is exalted in your sign. And it's like they're, maybe so like you might feel like everybody in the world wants to make executive decisions around this time. Okay. So it just might be a little more, takes a little time to compromise, especially in a relationship. But again, you've got Mercury in Capricorn. That brings this sensibility. All right. So if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for a rising or a moon, or for your husband, Paul, or for, I don't know, Robert Pattinson, whoever, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I am throwing in the water signs, you, Scorpio, Pisces, will feel the kazimis and the conjunctions the most. If you know your chart, your natal chart, if you have any planets 16 to 20 degrees in any of the signs that I just mentioned, then those planets will be aspected. You are going to feel it the most. All right? The most. Now, when we get to, are you ready for the busiest, most loaded flashpoint of a weekend? So we have a 3-day holiday weekend, right? Starting on Saturday, January 17th, we have 15 aspects in those 3 days. And on Saturday, January 17th, and remember, just Saturday, you will have Venus sextile Neptune, the Sun sextile Saturn, the Sun trine Uranus, Mercury conjunct Mars, and Venus moving into Aquarius. That's a lot. We haven't even gotten to Sunday yet, but just real quickly, just so you know, a lot of this is gonna like friendships are gonna be a big thing around this time. Uranus is involved. You're gonna have breakthroughs. There's a sense of freedom here. There's opportunity. There's this fairy tale feeling with Venus sextile Neptune. It's so compassionate and beautiful. And the Sun sextile Saturn, that's optimism in your goals. Mercury will conjunct Mars, though. We had a lot of these, in the fall. And so, these are powerful, okay? So just be very mindful, because they're conjuncting in Capricorn, which can be a little, bossy and blunt and, speaking of executive decisions, but this is like no room for discussion. Like, thanks, but no thanks. This is in your 7th house of relationships and contracts. But you also have Venus moving into Aquarius, which is all about intellectual stimulation, like mental attraction, craving deep conversations. So I think that you're going to really love this, and you're going to be very social. And this goes really deep for you, because Aquarius rules your 8th house. And so that 8th house is death and rebirth. It is transformation, but it's also wealth building. It's inheritance. It's investments. It's, sharing bank accounts. It's taxes and loans and royalties. So money. Okay. So you have the planet of not only love, but money moving into your 8th house. That has to do with love and money, partnership building, relationship building. Okay. That's the 8th house. And again, it doesn't have to be love. It can be like business partners. It could be investors. And Venus, like I said, is very social. She is in a sign of community and shared missions and collaboration. So you are truly going to feel a lot of movement here. Now, Sunday, January 18th, you have the new moon in Capricorn, 29 degrees. It's 28 with some change, around 44 minutes. Technically 29, but or technically 28, but it is 29. Anyway, it's a magical new moon. It's very foundation building, but just remember, you have Mars conjunct Mercury, okay? That's baked into this new moon. So that is enormously special if you're using it in a very effective way, right? You just have enormous potential here for a new relationship, new companionship, new business partner. A lot of y'all getting married. Congratulations. A lot of y'all are signing contracts. Congratulations. You've got a lot happening. Remember, the North Node will be activated a lot this month. And it's in Pisces with Saturn in your ninth house. And the ninth house, sure, it's your belief system. It's, imparting wisdom. It's, your worldview, but it's also like legal matters. It's also, the courts. So truly something officiating for you. This new moon, along with Mercury, they're going to trine Uranus and Taurus. That's what makes it the last of its kind new moon, because Uranus is leaving Taurus in a few months, and we'll never see that again in our lifetime. And this is 29 degrees, anaretic degree, so there's a true ending and new beginning with this new moon. It is just bonkers. And Taurus rules your 11th house of your future hopes and wishes and long-term goals and dreams. That's Aquarius's home. So you've got overlap here. It's your social network, 2 groups you belong to. You could be starting a group. You could be joining a group. You could be doing something with your, best friends, launching a business that could be, a hobby of yours that turns into something. I have a friend who is a Cancer who is really into pickleball, and she turned it into a thing. She took a hobby and now monetizes it. It here in Brooklyn, like, made a big thing, like tournaments and everything. It's so there's so much potential with this new moon for you. Now, and there can be some surprises. It's Uranus, so there could be some surprise breakthrough or opportunity, or maybe you even make some big announcement. So please plant seeds. Please set intentions. This is in Capricorn, Earth sign. There's really fertile soil. And speaking of which, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I am throwing in you and the water signs. You are going to feel this enormous shift and new beginning. And if you have any planets 27 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, yes. Okay, this is all you. Now, Monday, January 19th, happy Martin Luther King Day. If you're in the U.S., that's our 3-day holiday weekend, but happy Aquarius season as well. I'm trying to get the glare off the computer. Anyway, you can see it. You can see it, right? And because we are in Aquarius season, welcome to the Great Awakening. Here's the thing. Aquarius just naturally rules groups and friendships and allies and your future, but also like humanity and innovation. Remember, the glyph for Aquarius is the water bear, pouring knowledge. But Aquarius marches to its own drumbeat. That's trademark Aquarius. Yes, that is me. I am an Aquarius. And Aquarius is known to embrace their quirks and authenticity, but they also go against the grain. They have that rebellious energy. Okay? But it's in a way for the greater good of humanity. Okay. Think Galileo and Rosa Parks and Mozart and Thomas Edison, Harry Styles, all Aquarians. Yeah. And so you kind of embrace this energy, but Aquarius does rule your 8th house. So there is this sense of doing something different. Think like, I don't know, Mac in the early 2000s, right? Think different. That's very Aquarius. And Aquarius is known as a genius, and Aquarius is, it does rule tech. And I didn't make up the genius part. That's just been a thing. All right. But it's because of, their deep thinking. Aquarius is known to think deeply. They like pattern recognition, all of that. They're inquisitive. They have this hunger for knowledge. They're the ones that ask questions. But they're also not big fans of authority. So for the next 4 weeks, you are going to take that bridge you built and you're going to cross it, okay? Because Aquarius does rule the future, and Mars, as you see, will move into Aquarius, but it is your 8th house, and 8th house, you want change. 8th house is transformation. And remember, you've got this crazy overlap, the fact that Pluto is in Aquarius, and Pluto natively rules your 5th house of fun and pleasure, okay, and sex, and 8th house is sex. So you're gonna have a lot of y'all having babies. Congratulations. Now, and Aquarius is the disruptor, FYI. You're gonna shake things up in that 8th house. Now, on this day, wow, you have got, let me just see here. You've got the Sun sextile Neptune. You have Venus conjunct Pluto. Speaking of, so Mars, still in Capricorn, by the way, trine Uranus in Taurus. You have Mars sextile Saturn. And then you have Saturn sextile Uranus. Yeah. You heard me. Remember, Saturn sextile Uranus is part of the prison portal. This is a peak. We'll talk about it when we get to it. But remember, Saturn and Uranus happen to be Aquarius's rulers. We'll talk a lot more about it in your weekly forecast. Just know this is insanely big. This is an insanely big, important weekend for you. All right. You're going to have enormous breakthroughs. You're going to have enormous change and opportunities in ways you couldn't have ever imagined. It's right at the new moon, this holiday weekend, that flashpoint. Remember, all these aspects are harmonious and supportive. Saturn's here. He's the PE teacher. He's cool this month. He's not going to make you climb that rope thing. You're going to be fine. And you're going to be soaking up Venus conjunct Pluto. That is such a big deal for you. All right. So that's happening in Aquarius in your 8th house. Pluto's home. 8th house of love and money and power. And it's intense. And it's your values and investments. This is big. All right. So there's going to be something really big with this conjunction in your life. And a lot of it could be something that does bring you a lot of pleasure. But a lot of it is part of your big change. Okay. Now, Tuesday, January 20th, you got Mercury moving into Aquarius. We'll talk about in your weekly forecast, but that's very forward thinking, original, outside the box, ahead of the curve. Remember, that's your 8th. So it's also really deep for you. And it's very cerebral. In fact, 8th house is where you do shadow work too, when it comes to love and making money and things like that. All right. Now you've got the triple conjunctions, which you're going to feel deep in your bones. Remember, you have Pluto in your 8th, his home, where he's feels at home. So January 22nd, Wednesday, you've got the Mercury cazimi. So now you've got the planet of communication and ideas and brainstorming. Well, he gets a refresh. Okay. It feels more like an upgrade here, but it's also like really, really deep for you. All right. Remember, Pluto is a ruler of the underworld. Yeah. He digs deep. He excavates. You're tapping into your inner Velma or Daphne, doesn't matter. You're definitely going to have some intense conversations, deep conversations, even thoughts. It's your 8th, okay? Around love and sex and money and your future. Remember, everything is energy, okay? Including the words that come out of your mouth. It's a strong aspect. Now, Friday, January 23rd, then now you got the Pluto cazimi, okay? So you literally have the planet of death and rebirth having a true death and rebirth in your 8th house of death and rebirth. So Cancer, I don't know where to start here with you. We'll talk about this a lot more in your weekly forecast, but the magnitude, not only of just this aspect, but these back-to-back conjunctions, they're really going to penetrate. You're really going to feel it. This is your 8th house, and the 8th house is deep. Okay? It's almost also as if you just discovered these superpowers you never knew existed. I mean, Pluto is literally transformation, and he's digging. There's a sense of being honest with yourself, doing that shadow work. There's likely going to be some truths coming to the surface around this time. Are you speaking your truth or standing for truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth? And as we know, truth requires loyalty to yourself, to others, and this eighth house energy. Okay? There is an element of someone else involved or others involved with the eighth house. It is also like whistleblower energy. There's a bit of like peeling the lids back to secure your bridge to your future, your legacy. And you do see Mars will move into Aquarius 0 degrees. It's a surge of energy right here. At this point, all the planets have left Capricorn. And so this is like the beginning of your 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius with Mars and Pluto and the Sun and Mercury and Venus, all between 0 to 7 degrees. These are early degrees, new beginnings. Mars and Aquarius, you're going to give everything you got. That's Mars and Aquarius. And again, that rules your 8th house. This is true legacy for you, but it's also true building upon relationships and business. Okay? Money, inheritance, investments, all of that, your future aspirations. Now, then you have Tuesday, January 27th, you have Mars conjunct Pluto. So now you have the two most powerful planets. Okay? This is big. This is really big. This is disruptor energy, okay? On a whole other dimension. And when I say disruptor, listen, that's more like, being on Time Magazine's top 100 disruptor list, like that type of energy, okay? Like breakthrough and shaking up the system, but you're going to be doing that in your 8th house. This is the two most powerful planets. This is maximum overdrive. This is sex drive. No breaks. This is your 8th house, but remember, they are Scorpio's ruler, and Scorpio rules your 5th house of true love and intimacy and sex and procreation. Creativity, creative projects. Like you're having babies. Congratulations. Or there's some significant project that you're working on. I mean, Mars conjunct Pluto is a particle accelerator for your passions and your goals and your transformation. I mean, that's Pluto. So we didn't have this last year. It's been 2 years. Okay. So please be mindful as well, because this is an extremely potent aspect. It can be very domineering in a sign that's very rebellious. You could have moments. Okay. Remember, you're on a karmic journey. Everything has ripple effects. So use this wisely. It's in your 8th house. It's deep. Okay. Now, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, definitely going to feel this the most. And I am going to throw in fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And honestly, like, it's in your 8th house. So you're really going to feel it. And when I say that, there's this level of intensity in the 8th house. Remember, Scorpio rules the 8th house. You have that overlap here with Scorpio ruling the 8th house, where all of this is taking place, where Mars and Pluto in your 8th house happen to be Scorpio's rulers. So true overlap. And like I said, there's no limit to the depth. Like really deep conversations. Just think like deep and things coming to the surface, and just really being honest with yourself, and everyone having to be honest with you no matter what. Okay. If you have any planets 0 to 5 degrees in any of the air signs, you will feel this. And you see, even between the conjunctions, you will have Neptune moving into Aries. 0 degrees. Yeah. You had a preview of that March 30th to October 22nd. What was the shift that you felt in career? And how are you being recognized? That's your 10th house. And so this is just, you're going to have Neptune here. You've never, other than that little preview over the summer, you're going to have Neptune here until 2039. So just letting you know. Okay? Just letting you know. That's our 10th house of career and fame. All right? Anyway, let's see what's going on for you. And I did a video on Neptune and Aries. I completely forgot about it. And I'll leave it at the end of this video. What you can expect for your sign, Cancer, for the next 14 years. Let's get started. See what's going on for you, Cancer, for January 2026. Oh, Cancer. You're going to be fine. Listen, Scorpio, 8th house, etc. You're a water sign, just like you're going to be fine. I do a traditional call to cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a monthly forecast. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. Secondly, Cancer, you're amazing. Truly, truly amazing. A lot of you are going on trips this month. Yeah, in January, a lot of you are going to be taking trips, and it may be like baked into like the year for you. It may be like part of this new job that you're getting, new partnership. There may be some like travel involved, or you may be teaching or giving like Zoom presentations or something. Like you're the leaders. Anyway, all right, let's see. Oh, you. You're good. You're good, AF. I can't even believe what's happening here. I mean, look at what's happening. Literally everything that I just said. Like, you got the 5 of Cups, okay? That's fine. Something wasn't working. Let it go. Out with the old, in with the new, right? That 5 of Cups. It does seem like you're going to be doing some healing, but wow. Look at, you know what? Look at him. He's so holding on to the past. He can't even see the 2 full cups behind him. But it looks like you are going to let that go. You're going to let that go for sure. There's something new happening here. You have the Ace of Cups. In the heart of your... This is a monthly forecast. In the heart of your spread, this is tears of joy. This is, you know, think about the last time something happened in your life and it brought you so much joy. It brought you to tears. Whether you got proposed to or got married or got your dream job or had a baby. There you go. It's happening this month. Congratulations. Congratulations. Remember I said you got all this focus on relationships all month. All month. Come on. Come on. Congratulations. You're good. Aces. Come on. There's your new journey, your new, brand new era. There's your new opportunity. There's commitment. Like I said, it's going to be really strong here. Okay? I can't even like you even see the dove, right? At the top. Universal symbol of peace and harmony, but doves mate for life. Like you're good. You're great. Here's the thing. Yeah, there's 7 of Cups in your challenge area. I really don't mind it. You're coming out of something that was here where you were in La La Land and you're like, oh, and that's when you just didn't know. You didn't know, but you're coming out of it. And there's something, it's just like, here's your rebirth. You're being reborn. There's a whole new you. You've got all this activity in your 8th house, death and rebirth. Anyway, you're good. You're good. You're coming out of something where you couldn't really see. But the other thing is there may be someone in your life, and it could be like your partner, marriage, business partner, where they just may be a little bit like, wow, and you got to like bring them down to earth. All right. You're the one that's going to do that. The Hermit. Yeah. You're going deep. I mentioned that like maybe 20 times. Like there's depth to January for you. Like you are definitely going deep. And that's really good. With a Hermit, that's, you know, doing a lot of introspection, really thinking about your future. I mean, you can even see him with that lantern. Okay. The light's inside you. Okay. Don't forget that. That's where the light is. But the other thing is you can see his staff is like, so he's still very grounded in the present as he thinks about his future. He's not in La La Land. You're good. I don't even know what to say. Like, this is, the Two of Cups. That you've got something happening here that has to do with the birth of this new relationship, taking a relationship to the next level, transcending in some way. I mean, speaking of passion, oh my gosh, you see the winged lion here, healing, even here with the Ace of Cups and the Caduceus with the Two of Cups. Like, there's something being reborn there and born. Congratulations. And then this is a rebirth in itself. Yeah, it's card 19. What'd I say? 1 + 9 = 10. 1. I mean, you have it. This is this is new. You got a whole new path. Your life is changing in ways that you can't, like, honestly, you never thought it could ever change the way it will change. When you have this 5-planet conjunction in your 8th house of change, of transformation, I can't, like, it's the sun, it's optimism, it's opportunities, it's freedom, it's feeling free, it's achievements, it's everything, it's good health and vitality, and wow, I can't even. Let's get to your stuff. Well, Cancer, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share. Oh, the new thing is hype. Hype. That's the word I was looking for. But leave comments. Tell me what's going on. This is insane. Who's getting married? Who's getting married? Who's getting proposed to? Who's going steady with someone? Who's having a baby? Who's starting a creative project? Who's getting a new job? Who's like, it's happening. It's happening. Let's see what's okay. You're good. You're good. Don't even. I can't with this. I mean, well, you got the 9 of Wands. That's good. That's great. 9 of Wands is like the don't give up card. It's like, yeah, I've weathered a little bit of storm but I'm hanging in there because I see the light. I see the promise. I see what's waiting for me. I'm not going to let anything that I worked really hard for where I'm at now, I'm not going to let anything get in the way. The Knight of Swords. You got a big message coming through. Or it feels like you're announcing something, but you do have the Knight of Swords in your external factors area. So keep that in mind. And with that said, remember, Mars in some of your placements here can be really, impatient, aggressive. He can be a little impulsive. But there is this fearlessness with the Knight of Swords. Remember, fear is fiction anyway. You've got some things to say, but it does look like you will be getting news. This is really great. I feel excitement here. There's something here that's just, it's changing your world, and you're also changing someone else's. You're the Hangman. Amazing. That's perfect. You wanted change. You wanted to prepare for change. You're preparing for change. You've got big change coming. And that is up here too, okay? Especially with the North Node in your 9th, which is, again, your belief system, how you see things, spirituality, your worldview. And it does require surrender. Yeah? And then you have the 6 of Pentacles in your final outcome, which is graciousness, it's generosity, it's inspired actions, it's support, financial support if you're seeking it. It might be you that's being the one that's taking those inspired actions. cashing in your karma points, working on your karma points, whatever it is. It's harmony. We call him the young Hierophant. You're good. You're good. Cancer, let's break it down. First week of January, you know about all the conjunctions, the full moon in your sign. There's something I want to tell you. Yeah, it's Thursday, January 8th. We will have Mercury sextile the North Node in Pisces, trine the South Node in Virgo. So now you have Mercury, the planet of negotiation, having conversations with your, fate and destiny. So there could be like a fated conversation around this time, or even a message that you receive, or even something that you say, or an even idea that you have. So, yeah. And then you have that Mars Kazemi. But let's see what's going on for you the first week. Of January. Oh, you got 2 cards. Oh my God. What? So you have the 4 of Cups and you have the Chariot. Do you know why this is just banana pants? Do people still say that? Anyway, this is attributed to Moon in Cancer. What's happening the first week? A full moon in Cancer. Chariot is attributed to Cancer. It's your card. What? Pay special attention to that full moon in Cancer. Remember, you need to release something, and emotional anchors, anything that you're holding on to the past, because that's this lack of this is like associated with like emotional discontent, right? Or boredom, right? I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying that's the card. And this is just, you see him crossing off his heart, right? And so it's like letting people in. It's opening yourself up. Okay. There may be something here with the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups that first week. And then, but you have the Chariot. Once you do that, you set yourself free. You got opportunities. You got that willpower. You have Mars giving you that drive. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You're in control. Okay. Now, I said a lot of you are traveling too. It might be the first week. Now, the second week, you have got, let me see, a lot. There's that. You have a busy weekend with the 3-day holiday weekend, but there's something that, is that happening for you? January 15th, you will have Venus trine Uranus. So that's really great. If you're single, hey, you could have a sliding doors moment. You could shake up your routines when it comes to dating, when it comes to, even like money. Remember, Venus is love and money. It's in your 7th. Uranus is in your 11th. So there could be something here with like friendships as well. But it's exciting. It seems like there's something changing around this point. And then you have you got Mercury conjunct Mars, Venus moving into Aquarius. You have the new moon in Capricorn. There's just so much happening. Let's see what's going on for you the second week. Of January. Your big break, your big breakthrough, you're good. I talked about contracts, right? You're signing a contract. You literally have a new moon in your 7th house of contracts. Like there's something officiating here. You're good. Or official or paperwork. There's also like mental breakthrough. There's some big, brilliant idea that you have. Remember, there's a lot of like changing your perspective and thoughts on something. So you're really, really good. You're really good. I mean, that's your second ace. Now, the third week, Aquarius season, okay? And you are going to have all those conjunctions with Pluto. They're big. Yeah, I mean, Venus and Mercury and even the Sun. And then Mars moves into Aquarius. Wow. Let's see what's going on for you for the third week, Cancer. Oh, you got 2 again. Oh, stop. Yeah. Remember what I said about Pluto, and Pluto, even with like the Pluto Cazimi, the Sun conjunct Pluto, Mercury conjunct Pluto, like all of that is truths coming to the surface and being honest with yourself. Okay. So that is going to be very important because these are potent aspects. So it feels like there is a little bit of you holding something in. Let it out. It's your 8th house. Let it out. All right. If you feel that someone's, being a little getting away with something, don't hold that in. Okay. So even if it has nothing to do with you, it's still you. Like you've got to be, honest in any situation or circumstances. And then when you do, you got your 3rd ace. You're good. Who are you? What is going on? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. A lot of y'all, like, here's the beginning of your new job, new career. Remember, you have a lot of money stuff happening anyway with that 8th house activated so strongly. Investments, but I mean, that is the biggest pentacle in the deck. So, oh yeah, and remember, a lot of y'all are having babies. Congratulations. It could be something coming into your physical world. Something about your values too. But there is this material sensibility. Anyway, you're good. You're good. The last week, you have Mars conjunct Pluto. And Neptune moving into Aries. And a lot of others, but let's stick with those. Those are the biggest. Last week of January. I'll take a look. It just kind of slipped out of my hands. Stop. The 10 of Cups. That's happy everything. Remember, I said the biggest focus for you, 8th, 7th, 5th, love, family, children, significant other, romance, intimacy, building relationships, contracts, agreements, and wealth. You're good. You have the 10 of Cups. You see the happy couple, the happy family, the happy rainbow, all this enlightenment. You're on your way. This is complete enjoy. This is nirvanic. You're good. You're good. Anyway, these fell out of my hands. I just want to see what they are. Oh my gosh. You want to see? I mean, they make sense. You have the 4 of Swords. Really great because a lot of focus in partnerships. It's a Libra card, but it's also stillness of mind in a month where you have a lot of change, which is really great. You have the Star, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, everything aligning for you. Healing here as well. Wisdom. We have Death. You will have changes this month in ways that you couldn't imagine. Change is the only constant in this world. New chapter. You have the Page of Swords. Remember what I said about like that new way of seeing things and thinking, and there's this enthusiasm here. And then you have the Queen of Cups, your card. This is you. This emotional stability, even this maternal, like again, like you're just going to be fine. You're going to be good. I cannot even like that stack of cards that fell out. It's just, you're good. You're good. You got 3 aces. You're 10 of Cups. You got the Sun, the biggest yes in tarot. You're good. Anyway, Cancer. Yeah. Oh, if you, next week we'll look at next week we'll go deeper in the aspects. And then the second spread, I'm very curious. We'll look at love, we'll look at money, we'll look at career, we'll look at so tier 3 members, really good and legendary members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Cancer, Oh my gosh. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like and hype and all of that. But tell me what's going on. I really want to know. What is going on here? Cancer, this is all right. You're amazing. Thanks so much. I will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.